Wee! What up, everyone? It is me, your boy, Ambient James. Cool, looks like everything's working. Welcome to another Wednesday stream. Sorry for the sort of late start there. I got everything going, got my coffee ready, and then walked up and suddenly the camera wasn't working. So that's always fun. Nothing like a little bit of last minute troubleshooting, right? So welcome, everybody. What kind of coffee is it? I've got, I think it's a company from Florida. I believe the bag was EOC or something. I just grabbed it at the grocery store because it was like the only thing they had left. It's like a French vanilla one. It's actually really good. I might try and find it again. See, we got Howard here. We got Iskabot. This guy. Get a load of this guy. Slow Brain. I saw we had Data Broth. Data Broth, I believe, has done some stuff with Hyperion. Data Broth has an excellent channel as well you should check out. And we got Mowgli. Mowgli is another great channel you should know about. And some pretty kick-ass music. I keep going back to that one stream of his, and I guess he hasn't released it yet. Welcome to the Hyperion stream. In this stream, we're going to be playing with Hyperion, which is a new synth that is distributed by Tracktion, but it's made by a guy named Paul. And Paul seems like a super nice guy. So Hyperion, just a fair bit of warning here before we start. It's a little rough around the edges. It's still something that's like actively in development, but it's ready to play with, if that makes sense. And I anticipate it's going to get a lot better as time goes on. In its current state, it's really fun. It's a little weird, but it is kind of cool. And I think there's a lot of potential for this and a lot of potential for Paul in the future to make something particularly interesting. This was all developed, I believe, as kind of a side project. The developer still has a day job or whatever, and ideally wants to get out of that to pursue doing plugin development and stuff full time. So that's really, really cool. And this, for being kind of like a side gig project is incredibly impressive. I mean, I've no idea where you would even start to make like a plugin. So the fact that he just started doing this is pretty badass. Let's make sure we got the chat rocking and rolling here and make sure audio is working, because it looks like the chat is once again totally frozen. And I suppose we should give Callie this here bone. Where are you at, Callie? You sound like you're hiding somewhere and you're doing something you shouldn't be doing. Are you scared of the thunder? It's okay. Do you want to say, I love Modular? Callie, I love Modular. She's too scared of the thunder. Okay, well, here's a stream treat, bud. Love you. Go hide. So yeah, Hyperion, that's what we're going to be doing today. If you want to check out Hyperion, there's links down in the description. If you want to get Hyperion during or after the stream, I do have a discount code as well. You can use Venus30 at checkout to save 30%. I believe that lasts for the next 3 weeks. And I've also got a discount code with DAWg, I should mention. Again, I've got a sale with DAWg for another week, I believe, and 10% Venus 10 if you want to get DAWg or upgrade DAWg or anything like that, or renew DAWg. I've also got a giveaway of Hyperion. I've got 3 copies to give away here. If you want to join the giveaway, you can join my Discord with the link in the description or in the chat, and I have a DAWg giveaway as well. With that, let's start diving in here. There goes my weather alert. We got a thunderstorm. Poor Callie. So, make sure this is all going. Yeah. So, as usual, let's kind of just go over what is this thing and what does it do. Let's turn this off. So, Hyperion is an inspirational multi-layer modular, an unlimited sound design playground inspired by 80s legends such as Vangelis, Jean-Michel Jarre, and Brian Eno. Probably butchered some of that. Hyperion is a contemporary digital modular masterpiece. It is available for $129 right now, has a 90-day free trial, and you could save 30% with my code down in the description. It looks like this. Deeply capable yet instantly approachable, so it's kind of a plug and go. It's not like a regular modular synth. It's not totally like VCV rack or voltage modular or something like that. It's a little bit different, but it's pretty straightforward once you understand like what the different connections mean. Surgical control, you get all sorts of super fine detail control over things, which is pretty cool. Up to 16 layers, I guess, of modular patching, interlayer modulation, which is neat, so you can actually send information to the different layers of Hyperion, which is something kind of unique that I haven't seen too many plugins that do something similar to that, which is neat. Multiple synthesis types, we'll maybe take a look at some of that. So it's got kind of different oscillators and sound generator things. Sound processing, we've got filters and effects and all sorts of kooky stuff. A huge range of control and data generation options. So you can actually make generative patches with this thing, and you can send the generative data to other layers and things like that. So that's kind of fun. And this is the guy. This is Mr. Paul, aka Wavesequencer. So the maker is Wavesequencer. Originally from the UK, now living in California, Paul has worked in the semiconductor industry for many years, developing both firmware and applications for consumer electronics products. Basically, he just wanted to make a synth, and he did. So, you know, that's some real G shit right there. Other than that, if you want a bunch more information, you can go to hyperionsynth.com. This is his website for it, and there's just a ton more stuff here. Paul has also posted some tutorials and other things that show Hyperion in more detail, as well as some ideas that you can explore with it, because like most modular things, it's pretty deep. So there's a lot of ways to explore it, and I think he does a pretty good job, albeit maybe a little long-winded at times, with just showing you some of the core concepts and things that might not be super obvious about Hyperion. With that, let's hop in the DAW and play with this thing already, shall we? So, Matt, howdy doody, how's it going? So, I guess let's maybe just kind of start playing with this a little bit, because I want to maybe try and make a patch with this, but the patching workflow is pretty tedious, so I don't really want to do a whole bunch of sound design just because that's not super fun to watch. I'd rather try and make some music with this thing. So I started off here with a Hyperion patch, and maybe we could just flick through a couple of these sounds and presets really quick before we go totally all out. So I found this patch here, which is called, I don't know because the name isn't showing up, Dreamy Simple Soft FM Bell. No, this was a combi. So you can have multiple layers. I don't know what this combi was called, but it sounds like this. Hopefully that's coming through. Yep. So that's the sound. I put that through some spaced out. Sounds like that. And then, of course, it wouldn't be a Venus Theory show without some Paul stretch. So I Paul stretched it just to give us a sound bed to work over today. So, one of the other sounds I've set up here is soft E piano, which on its own sounds like this. A little bit quiet, maybe. So, that is that sound. So, there, I mean, immediately you can hear there's a lot of timbral versatility to this. I threw that through a delay and a reverb, and that gave me this. So I think we're going to use that just to get the ball rolling. And then finally, I've got one more here. This is Nice Bass 2, and I just changed the envelope, targeting the filter a little bit. Sounds like that. I think my... Sounds like my speakers were still on. It's a nice big fat bass tone. And I think we'll kind of start there, but let's maybe flick through some of the presets just to show what else this thing does. There we go. So, Scarlet Dawn, hey, welcome back. Haven't seen you in a minute. If we go to these are combis with the C, and that means it's a multi-layered patch. So every single one of these is a layer to the final sound, and you can have up to 16. It's got a pretty complex thing there. We can even do things like key splits or velocity splits. We can transpose the individual layers and a whole lot of stuff like that. 20th century split, let's see what that is. So to give you an idea of the layering here, we've got a bass. We've got this. We've got this. That's weird. And then another layer here. Put it all together. And that's what we can create with a few layers. Free or not? Because if not free, I don't care. Well, it's not free. See you next week. Some of these are kind of quiet. I don't know if Paul also designed all of these presets. That's something I should have asked. But I believe he designed most of them. Yeah, Wavesequencer is the author, so. And I'm just holding a note here. So most of that's probably coming here. Interesting. So this has got like a sample and hold thing going on, yeah. What else can we make with this? There's a car plus strong. Awesome. Okay, we need to clear all this out. That's one thing that bugs me is that clear. Both of these are the same icon, so I get a little confused with that. One clears the layer and one clears the whole thing. Some pretty rudimentary physical modeling stuff there then. Oh, that would be kind of cool. Maybe we'll use that. Except it doesn't stop. Is this standalone or Contact? This is a plugin, so this is just a plugin in and of itself. It does run in standalone as well, though. Load an existing patch as a new layer. Yes, so if we just nuke this whole thing. I don't know about you guys. I am just tired as hell today. Yeah, so let's start off with like, or let's just build a multi here really quick. So let's find a bass. Let's drop that down an octave. That's so weird. Why does that seem so quiet? I don't know. Is it like velocity sensitive? No idea. Okay, whatever. There's a base layer. Now we can add a new layer. Let's add an organ. Okay, and then let's add a pad, I guess. Pad. It's kind of hard to see, but I think he's working on the interface a bit. Let's change the bass decay here. Hyperion's current CPU efficiency. You can actually see that. Hopefully you can see that. Right now I'm running... Okay, so I'm running at 10% with 3 layers. And if I hold one note... 12%. But I'm also running 4 instances here. So if I just nuke all these layers really quick... It's reporting... 9%, 10%. Okay, so that doesn't make that much of a difference. Probably because they're not actively doing anything. But yeah, we can keep just going and going and going here. Let's maybe add a magic pad. Let's maybe cap it off with like an ARP. Is there like an arpeggiated category? There's sequence. I don't know that I want to sequence though. How about I don't know, keys. And let's just cap it off with this. So now we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layer patch. Transpose this up like a 5th. And I don't know that we can pan these, but I think we could pan within here somewhere. There's the audio out. Yeah, so we could pan within the audio out. We just can't pan here on the layer interface, I guess I call that. But with that, we've created a pretty cool big multi-layer patch. And I will say, and this is kind of why I didn't want to do a review of this synth, is I don't think it's ready. It's not like, you know, there's so many ideas here, and I think it is rough around the edges, but the raw sound of this is pretty powerful and immediate, and I would love to see maybe all of this wrapped up as just a synthesizer rather than this big crazy modular environment, because the patching experience isn't super fun and intuitive quite yet, but the raw sound is pretty powerful. Do you have any tips to learn music theory? I do. Go to Hook Theory. You can use my affiliate link somewhere in the description maybe, or in one of my other videos. Hook Theory is great, and musictheory.net is great, both of which have tons of free resources as well. So yeah, that is making a multi. I guess we can try and just make a quick patch here. This is going to take a minute, and it's going to be really hard to see because I think it's something with Windows like scaling, so it's really hard for me to do this. Okay, let's grab a MIDI node. So these are going to be our notes. Let's grab a generator. So I'm going to grab an oscillator. Let's grab a processor. So I want a filter. And let's grab a audio output. Audio out. There we go. And then we need a ADSR. Okay. So we're going to send the frequency to the frequency, the trigger to the trigger, the level to the level of the amplifier. The output of this goes to the filter out goes here, and now we've got a basic synth. So let's just make like a pad, I guess. Something like that. Sure. Let's make this a saw. A J saw, add a little bit of drift, maybe. So the note input, let's add some drift and some randomness. I think that should be good. In the saw, maybe we'll add a little bit of unison. And there's not a fast way to duplicate a node currently. Hopefully he adds that though. Okay, let's grab another envelope here. So trigger is going to trigger. The level is then going to control the cutoff of the filter. So now we have a filter envelope. Add some filter saturation. Let's do just a really long decay. And let's have velocity determine the resonance. Add some release to stuff. Okay, I'm gonna add another oscillator. And let's do a voice processor. So mixer. Okay, so now this is going to be sort of a pain. Input to input, or output to input, output to input, output to input. Now let's do frequency to frequency, and let's take this one and make it a S saw. Now let's do a square. MG square. drop the pitch. And then let's do a data processor multiply, and let's multiply the velocity. Let's see, the multiple output, and let's disconnect from the note. The multiply velocity by like 0.3, something like that. How do you learn music production as a beginner? That's a pretty big question. Read a lot, practice a lot, and make a lot of really bad tracks. You know, eventually things will start to make sense. I think one of my favorite books is Mixing Secrets for the Small Studio by Mike Sr. That's a great one to learn mixing and whatnot. Production in general, though, I mean, just watch YouTube videos. Better yet, don't watch YouTube videos. Just try and make a track, you know. There's a lot to be said for just doing rather than planning to do it one day. Okay, so let's do an effects bus. Effects out. Let's get a reverb just to make this nice and stereo. And let's get a maybe like a delay. And a bit crusher, yeah. Okay, so let's feed the output to the echo to the bit crush to the reverb to the output. And let's set this bit crusher. So that's pretty cool. Maybe what we could do is let's add a layer to this, and we're going to design a new layer. Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I have to like lean in to see this. Oh boy. Note input, okay. And an oscillator. I want to create a data processor. Cool motorcycle, asshole. Data processor. No, generator. Okay, so I want a scale generator. A voice output. A per voice control node ADSR. Okay, so what we're going to do then is get a LFO and trigger the phase reset, trigger the level. The level is going to control the amplifier. The LFO output is going to go to the data control input of the scale generator. The scale generator is going to do a pentatonic minor scale just because I'm lazy, and it's going to be across 2 octaves. The frequency is going to go to the frequency. The output goes to here. Then we need the effect out a... How about the flanger? A echo, I suppose. And I guess another reverb. Okay, so output to echo, echo to flanger, flanger to reverb, reverb to output, and mute this first layer, and now we should have a generative layer, except we don't. What have I done wrong here? What have I done wrong here? Oh, I did the trigger to the level, dumbass. Okay, trigger to trigger. Let's slow the flanger down. The reverb. Okay. And then let's get another LFO here. Well, I can't do it. Is there a quantizer node? Could we do that? There's not a general quantizer, is there? Scale generator. Can I input a custom scale? Fifths. Perfect. Okay, so then let's get another LFO. This guy. Let's make this LFO into a sample and hold just so it's random. This LFO is going to be a square. What the hell? Sample and hold. Output to scale generator. And then can we sum these two signals? Data processors. I don't know. What if I put both of these into here? Yeah, that gets a little yucky and atonal. MIDI nodes, data processing. Multiplier, data mapper, A-B math, 2 input expression, input latch, binary logic, clock divider. Okay, so I guess that idea is not going to work. At least not on stream. I'm not going to fuck with that too much. But, okay, so now we've created a pad with like a generative sine layer. Except it's really, really quiet. Anyway, I can just crank that volume. Guess not. So that's the patching experience. Turn up the oscillator level. Ah, and speak of the man himself. We got Wavesequencer. And we've got a pretty basic patch. You know, we might finish this out with like a base layer. So what I would probably do here though, I've got my Micro Freak hooked up. Normally what I would do with a patch like this though is do kind of a key split thing. So we'd have the pad on like the lower half and then the generative stuff up on the top half. And then I would maybe add like a monophonic bass below all this. And I don't know how deep we can go with like voice routing, but I might do like a lowest note priority in order to get like the lowest note of a chord on the left hand to feed the bass, and then the right hand would be doing the generative layer. But because it's generative, I don't input anything. I would just need to give it a gate signal, which is what's coming out of the note and the note input node here. The T is actually a gate in like proper modular terms. But yeah, with all that, we've put together a pretty straightforward patch. With that, I guess maybe we should take a minute to answer some questions, maybe? I see there's been quite a few. Jim Shannon on Sounds is here. What's going on? How would one change the zoom? The title bar next to the logo. Yep, so this guy right here. But because I think this is a juice bug, it's something with juice and Windows scaling, you'll see that the scale increases, but the dialog boxes don't. I'm not a developer though, so you know, your mileage may vary. But yeah, that's just kind of a bug right now. That's not exclusive to Hyperion though. I've seen a lot of plugins that have been sent to me lately that have that exact same thing. Let's see if I missed any other questions or anything here. Don't think I've missed anything so far. We'll check that out. Could be a different behavior in different DAWs. Yeah, I think it's something to do, I believe, with Juice and VST3. And I think certain hosts are more prone to it, like the resizing issue in Juice, I know is a big one, where some plugins, if you grab the window handle, it'll scale the window but not the plugin. That's another Juice bug I know that's been super, super common. So, you know, you should probably talk to someone who knows way more about that stuff than me. But yeah, so I guess if anyone has any questions so far, now is the time, but maybe we'll kind of start a track here in the background while we wait for some questions. So what have we got? Any big advantages over the grid? Probably it just has more stuff to it. The grid is very, very powerful, but there's a few more like modules I think that make Hyperion a bit more useful if you want to do modular stuff. There's not quite as many like compromises and like bitwiggy things of doing things, because I feel like that's the grid, is like it's incredibly powerful, but it only applies to the grid most of the time. It's not like you could take your modular synth knowledge and immediately apply it to the grid. You have to know how bitwig wants you to do that. You know, similar to Reactor, I guess. You know, there's just a certain way to do things. Hyperion, more or less, is a pretty traditional modular environment, but it, you know, the way things are labeled and stuff, it does take a bit of getting used to, but I think it's a bit more immediate if you're already somewhat familiar with modular. If you're not familiar with modular at all, though, I mean, the presets will keep you pretty busy. I don't know how many presets there are offhand, but it's a lot, and they're pretty damn good. I mean, the factory library is very impressive. What are your favorite features in Hyperion? I think the inner layer modulation thing is pretty cool. I really like that. I can't really think of any other like standout features that were kind of like, oh, that's really neat. But yeah, that's probably my winner so far. Just inner layer modulation and like routing, you know, being able to set like a global layer that does a bunch of stuff, and then the rest of the layers sort of feed that or pull from that is probably the coolest feature. What do I want to do here? Midi Learn. I think you can Midi Learn things. Yeah, Midi Learn, check the box here, and then you can CC these macros, and I don't know if you can CC parameters of individual modules, but Wavesequencer can probably answer that one for you. It's not something I've tried to do yet. What do we want to make here? A good pluck. I mean, plucks are pretty straightforward. I don't know. What do I want to make? Maybe we'll do something there. Alright, let's try and lay that down. Yeah, and that'll be kind of the root of everything. Yeah. Oh no, not snap heap, multipass. We'll make our own OTT. Line. Something like that. I think we did a weird, yeah, I did 9. Instead of 8, that's what's up. We could do a weird time signature, but I need more coffee for that. Okay, let's grab another Hyperion and see what we can do here. Maybe like some bells. Quite. Maybe. Okay. All right, another Hyperion here. Probably get a pad. Ooh. It's a hell of a preset there. Holy shit. Okay. Okay. What else can we get here? Maybe some good leads. That's some like super melodic dubstep right there. That's trippy. Who's the filter envelope? You? Let's drive this with some Stokus. And let's pass MIDI through. Gotta go to can I change the gate length? Yep, there's Alicia. Let's just enter 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Something like that. Get some delay. If this will work, Alicia is gonna get me copyrighted. Okay, let's maybe get like a... What else have we got? Ambience. Hell yeah, brother. Sign me up. Okay. 1, 2. Kind of a nice drone. Loving this one. Let's try a different one. Let's get a lead. Nope. Make it a bit more percussive. Yup. I'm feeling some vocals. Feel the breeze. You're welcome here at Wendy's anytime. Let's get some drums going here. Yep. Okay, so we got... drums. Yep. These are from my Patron pack, by the way. If you join my Patron, you can get them. Let's get some percussion loops going on here. Oh yeah, today's stream is brought to you by my patrons. I completely forgot that. It's okay. They still like me, maybe. Oh, those should have been kicks. Stretch that. Something. Oh, shit. Yeah. Damn it, all to hell. Told you I need more coffee. Okay, go. Slow zero-G stripper performance. Let's layer that. And ba-boom. Mowgli here, folks. Okay, let's just make an arrangement, I guess. Fuck it. So, boop, boop, boop. Okay, so what happens first? We've got a pad. This is gonna be muted. So this stupid thing doesn't fucking snap anymore. Okay, so no bass. What is this? Okay, so none of that yet. None of that yet. You are eternity. Don't forget to bring a towel. Yep, okay, so something, 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 and everyone's like, oh my god, it's Coachella. doesn't happen yet, but it's getting there. We're building. Anticipation. So, yep. So none of that nonsense. Dude. Fuck, bro. It's getting so trippy, dude. My mom said we can borrow her car, dude. Fuck yeah, let's go to the mall. The Hyperion discount lasts for 3 weeks. Believe. In the Hyperion. That's too much. So let's back off these now. We need like another lead here. The mall, how old are you? Dude, we were just talking about that the other day. The mall in the city next to us, like the roof is collapsing. Let's get one more lead in here. Good session though. Those impacts are getting a little trite, but... So what can we... Okay, so we're getting a little 80s here. Okay, some of the synth category. Okay, because yeah, we need something sort of chill. Blade saw. I wonder if this... Or no, because it doesn't do MPE, so it probably doesn't respond to poly aftertouch. Which I just found out, by the way, the Arteria Micro Freak here transmits poly aftertouch. How fucking cool is that? And it's like only a couple $100. Distorted synth, maybe? This whole track is like, dude, math is everywhere, man. I'm really into alternative comedy. Ooh, there we go. Something there. Dude, I watch Bill Hicks. So fucking woke it hurts. Yeah. Okay, so let's kind of let this brew for a minute here, and we'll bring it into the next section. Why does this not snap anymore? Life is a nightmare, and I'm gonna live it till I die. Okay, texture-y stuff. More pads. This thing in because I like this sound. And then we'd probably fade all this out or something. So let's do some quick mixing. Let's see if I was gonna mix this. Maybe just a little bit of, and then get some, perfect, probably perfect room. Nope. Okay. There we go. Okay, just clean this stuff up a little, and then we can take a listen to it. Clean up some of that. And this was a bass, right? So let's get a bit more grit on that one. Clean up some subby stuff. It sounds fine. This needs some adjusting. Let's clean up the low end and the mid-range. Add some detail. What are you? Okay, and then you're the pad. So clean up the subby stuff. Add some distortion. And let's add a little bit of texture to this. Okay, and then mastering, some vintage warmer. Okay. With that, everyone please prepare your questions, because we're going to wrap things up here. But before we wrap it up, let's take a listen to the final product. Woo! Okay. That is Hyperion. Hyperion. Now available through Tracktion. If you want to check it out, you can use Venus30 to save 30% for the next 3 weeks, and I've got 3 copies to give away. If you want to enter the giveaway, you can join my Discord with the link in the description or the link in the chat box, and hop in there to win a copy of Hyperion. That'll end in probably a week or something like that. So I got 3 copies to give away. Hyperion, sold by Tracktion, but made by Paul, the G, who made this, like, for fun, which is just, like, absolutely stupid. There's a billion features. There's a whole lot more to it than I could really do justice in a stream tonight. So if you do want to check it out, it does have a 90-day trial. You can explore the depths of Hyperion and see what you can make with it. As I mentioned, Paul has done some tutorials on it that are pretty comprehensive and show you a lot of different ideas and some kind of under the hood features and ways of doing things that you might not think of on your own, so they are worth checking out. And Hyperion's pretty fun. I think the raw sound is really damn good. I would love to see all of the, I mean, really just like the oscillators and filters and stuff, and the reverbs, you know, the effects are pretty solid. Like, I would love to see this packaged up into like something like Yuhi's Diva in the future. As a modular environment, of course, it's super fun, but modular is kind of tedious. It does take a while to patch things and whatever, but Hyperion's a pretty good compromise between modular stuff that's really hard to understand and modular stuff that is too approachable and too watered down. It's somewhere kind of in the middle, and it's got a bit of, you know, specific things to it that you do have to learn along the way to really get the most out of it. But by and large, pretty damn fun, multi-layered modular stuff, and it sounds pretty fantastic. And, you know, we made a track with it with presets that, you know, for a track that was made in like 20 minutes or whatever, not bad. You know, I think there's potential for that track. So let's see what questions we've got going on. If someone tells me their favorite band is Tool and their favorite comedian is Bill Hicks, that's my cue to leave. Yeah, exactly. Have you tried FM yet? No, I have not tried that yet, but it is on my list of things to try. Let's see. What other questions have we got? What's for dinner? I think I have some chicken or something I need to eat. Nothing too exciting. I've just gotta wrap this stream up and get back to work. I have a lot more work to get done this evening. But I found out the South Park pandemic special or whatever, you can watch it online, so I think I'm gonna watch that while I finish working, because I've got, another couple hours of work to do this evening, so that'll be super thrilling. Jeff Updike 1992. Sorry for the off-topic question. Did you do a video about making glitchy percussion stuff? Trying to look and see if you did. Not offhand that I can think of, but maybe it is something I could consider doing just to show how I make those like glitchy loops and whatnot. It's pretty simple, but you know, it's kind of, I don't know, your mileage may vary. My process is pretty lazy with it, but I think it's pretty efficient. And it works pretty well. Really, it's like I create a basic percussion loop and I put a bunch of processing on it, and the processing does all that stuff like automatically just due to the plugins I use to do that. So that might be worth a video at some point. Have plans to make some other synths that are not modular. Leverage Hyperion Sound Engine. Awesome. Yeah, the UX for it. Yeah, so for those of you not aware, basically this is still kind of an active work in progress, and as the time goes on, more features and functions are going to be added just to streamline things and make it a bit faster to work with. There's going to be a little search box and other things. Hopefully there, maybe a way to like duplicate nodes faster and things like that. And I'm sure as time goes on as well, there will be more tutorials and stuff for those of you who just like have no idea how modular stuff works, just to get the basics going and start making your own patches. Darren Wolf just joined. Someone chastised you for saying no, not yet, but whatever. You can already duplicate nodes. Oh, maybe I'm just missing that. But yeah, so that is Hyperion, I think. trying to think if there's anything else that's like worth showing very quickly. It's one of those things where it's kind of unfortunate in that modular stuff is pretty complicated and there's not a good way to distill it into like a nice neat package, because every avenue we go down, there's a lot of other little rabbit holes to explore and explain. But maybe we'll do another stream with Hyperion here on the channel in the future as things progress. I'm looking forward to seeing some of the new features and stuff once they're out, just to make life a bit easier and Hyperion a bit more user-friendly. So I think that'll definitely up it on the list of things that are really cool to use. But yeah, it's a pretty powerful, pretty straightforward generative environment. I think I already told Paul, but I think it reminds me a lot of Integra Live, for those of you that are familiar with that. But just a bit more streamlined and has a lot more features than Integra Live does. So it's a pretty cool tool, and I think it'll go pretty far once things are, you know, fleshed out a bit more, and I'm sure as more nodes or modules, I guess, get added, I mean, it's only going to grow with time. And as it is now, even if you know nothing about modular, you can flick through these presets and make some music, and I think that's probably the most important thing of all. So I think that wraps it up. If you want to join everything in giveaways and whatnot, you can join my Discord with the link in the description, or the link somewhere in the chat probably by the time I say this. And yeah, I got 3 copies to give away. If you want to just go out and buy it, you can save 30% with Venus 30. Otherwise, if you want to try it out and see what you can make with it, there is a 90-day trial, so you get 3 months to play around with Hyperion. And I'm sure during that window, even more features are going to be added. So by the time your trial is up, it'll probably be even better than it already is. So that is pretty cool. That wraps it up for this one. Thank you to Wavesequencer for sending along Hyperion and getting in touch, because this is pretty cool and I think it's a lot of fun, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream and exploring this thing with me. If you have other questions or whatever, join the Discord, ask there. I think I'm going to wrap it up, get back to work. I've got more coffee to finish and it's probably about time for dinner. So thank you to Wavesequencer / Paul for sending this along, getting in touch, and doing the giveaway and the discount and all that, and looking forward to see where this goes in the future. Thank you all for joining. If you want to join in for next week's stream, by the way, next week is the Void Bro Radio episode 2, where you can send your tracks in and we will listen to them here on the channel. If you want to submit your tracks, the submissions are now open. You can join my Patron program with the link in the description and submit your tracks there for the real Howdy duties, and you can submit to be featured in next week's Void Bro Radio Volume 2 playlist hangout session. And then I think we might take a bit of a break from Wednesday streams for a week or two, but we'll see. Other than that, have a great rest of your Wednesday. Have a great rest of your week. I will see you guys next week with another video. I think I'm going to start working on the Micro Freak video next, and a couple other cool things on the way. I've got the Poly-N tracker coming in, so that's going to be pretty exciting. So lots of cool stuff to play with on the channel coming up, but for now, I must get back to work. So thank you for tuning in. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. Have a great rest of your week. Be sure to tip your waitresses and waiters, and you know, don't use too much ranch, and be sure to wash your dishes. Thanks for tuning in. See you next week. Goodbye.